way in making people realize you can't just sit on your bus anymore. The world is passing you by. If you're doing this, you're old. Just like I started to take my watch off because it said on CNN one time, if you have an AOL account and you wear a watch, you're a senior citizen. And so, I mean, it's these. And I said, why? And I did a survey. I don't want to take it, but I did it in a
Hey man, I take offense to that, Diane.
Hey
Diane, I noticed you don't wear one.
Because.
I know.
You don't have an AOL. Because the kids, they use their cell phones. And I checked in there and I said, we had a watch. We didn't need a watch for it. Except the new. So that's enough digression.
Here's one point, Diane. We senior citizens used to be their age.
Yeah. If it's any consolation, I still don't know a lot about technology. I was asking Mike, I was like,
Yeah,
I've
but
never
you
heard
wear a
of it.
watch.
No, I don't. I have a nice one, but
Can we get back to this?
So we're all still learning, but that's a very good point, is kind of just introducing the technology. And how would you know that you can put your lectures on YouTube and make your life easier? Like he uses them every semester.
I do it.
You know? It's like the example.
This is my watch.
Yeah, the panel.
I have my lectures on YouTube, but not the entire lecture, it's just a video clips.
Yeah, clips. I think he has like 10-minute segments or something.
Yeah, but that takes about 16 hours to do a 10
He did, yeah.
And I know you got a question here, but isn't there a question too of legitimacy of these various support kind of things? And I'm thinking right now of Wikipedia. A lot of people go to Wikipedia, but then there are those who say that is not credible because that can be changed or what have you. So it comes back to that thing, like who's really watching and who's really putting some criteria together to say, these are the parameters that we need to. Well, don't you think we need that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we need protection. I think our private information, our privacy is being, and our freedom is being eroded because we're out there. We're not saying you shouldn't go forward or this isn't the way we're going to go. Yeah. Some of us remember the Pony Express. And we're fine.
But I think talking about the actual content and not having your
There's nobody protect doing anything. It's absolutely wide open.
And that's why it's imperative that we host our own knowledge-based social network as an institution. That's where we have to give.
I think overall, that's why it's good to have this debate and to have this forum, because it's important to raise all these points because they're all valid. You know, there's a need for training at all different levels, and one of the things I'm proud of sitting here is to see us having this conversation because as a part of NSU, sometimes it seems like, there might be a little, competition. And so for me, I as an employee and a student, I'm actually really happy here doing this because on the main campus, one of my colleagues who's in charge of Red Light, they have been doing their housing selections on Facebook forever. Wow. So, and it works just fine, and they're, and so it's really important for us not to compete with ourselves as an institution.
One aspect about marketing, in my research I found two things. Number one, in marketing, you have to have a strong brand for higher education, which we need to work on significantly. And secondly, which we don't use enough, is now they have alumni go on instant messaging, alumni, people who are successful. We have a lot of successful people that have not been identified and need to be identified, and that need to be included in this. So those are the two major areas. Those are the areas we should work. And it's all through social media now. That the old brochures sending out are worthless. Students don't even look at them.
Yeah, that's true. And they're expensive. But, we have some campaigns, in our pipeline that target prospects, current students, alumni. How can you target somebody that you haven't even contacted in 15 years? This is the way to keep them.
Sure, I agree, and that's been a fault of the past.
Yes.
But we should start like right now on, and the teachers would be willing to help too.
Teachers are sharers by nature.
Just one quick point of information. I promise I won't say anything else. There are a lot of our professors who teach at Harvard, Yale, and Princeton, and they don't want their names as an adjunct at NSU, so you might find that an obstacle.
Wow.
That's true.
I just want to make a quick one point. I think we're kind of limit.
Money.
There is a, I'm sure you heard of this organization called Khan's Academy. KHAN Academy.org. This individual, what this guy does, he basically has 5 to 10 minutes or even 15 minutes clips on subject matters. So he talks about finance, he talks about marketing, he talks about algebra, math, anything that you can think of. He has a list of videos that he put together. About 5 years ago, we also tried, not knowing what Khan's Academy was doing at that time, we also put, we had an idea of having K-Now, Knowledge Now videos, and then we came up with the idea of having about 30 seconds clips on
2 to 3 minutes.
Well, now it's now become 2 to 3 minutes kind of a video, but what it does is basically it teaches you, it gives you technology tips. So if you don't know how to use Word, or if you don't know how to use a certain functionality within Word or PowerPoint, you can just go to that channel and get knowledge from it. Now what we're doing is, now we had this idea 5 years ago. We also thought of going into talking to our professors, because they're the subject matter experts. They know exactly what they're doing. So we wanted to collect 5 to 10 minutes of video from them and have those available online, so we have people from outside can also get knowledge from them.
Well, some of us do. We have it on YouTube as well. Actually,
But they are all scattered. If you go
They're
to
scattered.
so if you go to this website, khansacademy.org, go and take a look at it and see what you think about that. Okay. He's the only one guy doing it, and he has over 2,500 videos right now.
I think that's one of the.
KHAN Academy.org.
So you're proposing that we have one like that, like NIC?
I'm definitely started to. Because once again, it's
Good idea. I like it.
Especially when the students are all on their phone, and they help them. 1 in the morning. Who are they gonna contact? 1 or 2 in the morning, they're up doing something, and they just need.
Here's one of the things that happens when we have these great sessions like we're having today, is that we leave here and we don't have a sense of how we move from here.
Next
The thing of it is that we need to know, and maybe we need to go to administration to say, how do we get this really refined, focused on, and really become rooted in what we do as Fischler, and how do we get, the other thing is communication out there, because a lot of times we have the best stuff going and nobody knows anything about it. And I think we could go places with this if we took the next step, and I think it's very, very important. Absolutely.
Well, one of the things I highly suggest is you document today, that you literally say, because we are having focus groups around talking about the social, and this is all going to be brought back to the executive team. So I would take now, today, even if you had to go back and look through your video to see what people did say, and to document that, and then share that. That's exactly why we're having the focus groups.
So who would we share it with, Maria?
You can send it to me, and I'll share it with the executive team.
Okay. Great. And then how does it get back out to Fischler proper as to what's going on from the executive team?
Well, I'll tell them at the bottom of it, your documentation, say we would like to have some feedback on this, or what is the next step?
Next steps, yeah.
Next steps, yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's give ourselves.